Hey there, welcome back guys. This video is for those that have a subconjunctival hemorrhage. That's right, if your eye looks like, well, you saw on the description, like that, then this video is for you. Hopefully your road to recovery is faster than mine, but in this video we're going to take you down the road to see how long it actually takes me. This is actually day 4. Hopefully it will take as long as the doctor said it would take. I have the results here. But remember, this isn't medical advice. This is my experience. We don't give medical advice. We don't do politics on this channel. We talk about my experience and what I did that helped me that might work right for you. And hopefully you have a similar experience, if not better. So one morning I woke up. I think I was coughing all night, and when I woke up, I went to the bathroom, thought nothing of it. My eye felt fine, and I looked in the mirror. Usually I don't look in the mirror. Looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I got scared. I was like, what happened? And I started to panic, and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And then I called, I was like, should I go to the emergency room? Should I go into the city? Most likely I go into the city. The city usually has, I would say, not better doctors, but just the experience is more streamlined and it works well for me. There are good doctors everywhere, but I just went there since that's where my doctor was. But I didn't go to my primary care. I went to an optician. Usually when I have something wrong, I go directly to that doctor, and they're like, well, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, I have trouble with my eye. Like, what are you doing here? I have a problem with my foot. And they're like, oh, you should go to your doctor first and get a referral. I'm like, no, I don't have to. My insurance doesn't require referral, so I just go. If you can do that, avoid the middle guy, just go directly to the source. That will work just right for you. And then, instead of going here, getting an appointment, like one time I called the doctor, it's like, hey, I'm not feeling well, I need an appointment. And it's like, oh, doctor's busy today. The next available window is 2 weeks on the 14th. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not feeling well now. I need a doctor now. I was like, yeah, that's all we have. I could be dead by by Monday. And this happened on Wednesday, and they didn't have anything. But because I think if you said blood in the eyes, the optometrist slash retina specialist was able to squeeze me in. So usually in some cases of emergency, blood in the eye is like a trigger for being seen right away, at least where I went. When I described the symptoms, if I had said pink eye, if I had said itchy eye, I think that would have, been like, I'll come next week. But in this case, I was able to be seen the same day as long as I made it in time before my appointment, because I'm in New Jersey and I had to go into New York City. It took about 45 minutes, but if there was a sick passenger on 14th Street or whatever, then train delayed and I missed my window. And then I'm stuck at the ER, which would have been for hours. If you have whatever route you can go. But for me, when you get the subconjunctival hemorrhage diagnosis, don't just go with whatever diagnosis they give you. You want to make sure and rule out other metabolic issues that could be happening inside of your body. Like when I was FaceTiming with one of my friends, like, hey, how you doing? They're like, what happened to your eye? And then I got that, what happened to your eye? What happened to your eye? And I'm like, hemorrhage. And when I spoke to one friend, he's like, wow, the first thing that came out of his mouth was not was do you have diabetes? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, that's diabetic eye. And I'm like, wow. And so then, you can be sent down a whole rabbit hole, or like, that's high cholesterol, that's high blood pressure, whatever, it could be any metabolic issues that come with these symptoms. So if you can rule that out by going for blood work. If you go for blood work, get your A1C, get a full labs, and then, if they rule out and everything comes back normal, then you're fine. I went out and bought beforehand one of these things. It's a glucose multimeter. It was really hard to get one of these, and preventative is always cheaper than damage control. And as you can see here, it works really well. It's wireless. You can sync it with your phone. I think it's the latest version of the One Touch. It keeps your results from day one. You can't erase them, so they're there forever. But it was really hard to get, because when I went to the doctor's office, they were like, oh, why do you need that? I had to go to 5 different doctors to get this. Each one said, but you don't have diabetes. I'm like, I don't want diabetes. Who wants it? I mean, you don't usually find out you have diabetes until it's too late, or some other metabolic issue. That's why you have to go to the doctor once a year. And again, this isn't medical advice, but you go as often needed. And for me, I usually go once a year, but my numbers came back fine. So I was able to rule that out and just keep track of things, because I like to know what foods trigger my blood sugar. And that wasn't even enough for the doctor to do it until I met one really nice guy. And he was more like a holistic doctor. One of those doctors you probably see on a documentary if you want to reverse your diabetes. Whereas the more streamlined medicines are really like, nope, you don't need it. You don't have diabetes. I can't prescribe it for you. The only thing that was really expensive, the meter was like, I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks, or these things, the test strip. The only way to have those test strips covered is by insurance. But if you're just testing sparingly to see what foods trigger your blood sugar so you can like maintain a nicer, healthier diet that's streamlined and works right for you, then 2 or 3 of these, will work. And then you figure out what regimen, how often you want to test. In the beginning, you're probably going to be testing like crazy and be like, oh my God, and then eventually you'll see the pattern. And once you see the pattern, 3 times a day, twice a day, or maybe even once a day. In the beginning, I was testing like every day, a couple of times a day, because I was like, oh my God, do I have diabetes? And thankfully I don't. I could share with you the results of the eye on day 4, okay? But here, let's see here. So these are my numbers. Your numbers might be higher, your numbers might be off the roof, but just know you can take control and hopefully, reverse or fix or maintain, manage, keep everything the way they need to be, so that you don't wind up with stuff like this or other issues that I was able to rule out, because you have to rule that out when having, symptoms like this show up. So as you can see here, oops, wrong one. So yesterday I tested 132 after eating, 77, 91, 85, and then I tested this morning. 7:35 a.m. was 75, and then later after I ate breakfast. So my numbers are pretty good, which is great. And then again, you need blood work to verify it. So my blood for work actually verify that, and then I just have this, not really for fun, but for maintenance, for preventative, because preventative is always cheaper than damage control. Knowing that and moving forward. And again, don't be intimidated by these numbers. These are my numbers. Your numbers can be high, but you can reverse it through diet, exercise, and lifestyle change. But you need to rule out anything going on internally before I show you. Be like, what was the name of that movie? Cocoon. Remember when the guy like winked and went, ching? Well, it's not going to have that effect. You're going to be like, what the fuck? It's going to look like zombie eye. 28 weeks later, or 28 days later, or 28 years later. It's kind of like that. And then I wanted to rule out high cholesterol, high blood pressure, because that can come into play too. And then some people are like, oh, maybe he has high blood pressure. So you want to rule out high blood pressure. There are 2 versions of your blood pressure. One could be high when you go to the doctor's office. It's like, I think it's called white coat syndrome. And another times it'll be low when you go back home. You're like, wait, it was high. And then sometimes you're like, well, it's high. And they just go by whatever the stats are. So sometimes that's hard. So don't always go by, at least for me, I was able to get my blood pressure at the doctor's office when it's low, but sometimes I've gone when they say, oh, you need to go to this office, and then when you go to another office, your blood pressure is usually higher because you're panicking and you're nervous. You're like, what's wrong? Why did they send me here? So, you have to know yourself in that sense, so you can get the proper reading, so you don't get sent on the medical merry-go-round. So, know your body, know your system, and know your stuff and your gear that works. So that I was able, my blood pressure was pretty good. I was still in the green. It's slightly elevated because but it's still in the green, which is great, because just as I was taking it, my wife came in. She's like, oh my God, what are you doing? She's like, do you have high blood pressure? And then I felt my heart like going, I just went into panic. I was like, I didn't know how to tell her. Maybe, yeah, I do, or yeah, I don't. But I was like, I don't know. I'm just testing now. But she caught me on the spot. But, thankfully my numbers were good, and especially at the doctor's, and I was able to rule out high blood pressure there. But now for the moment, remember, this is day 4, the moment you'll be waiting for. What does it look like? So, don't worry, I'll show you. The doctor did say that it's going to spread before it gets better. So now I gotta wait for it to get better, and it's getting better because it's spreading. And my kids are like, "Hey, Dad, I noticed it's getting better." I wish I could see what they see because all I see is the freaking eye that looks like, here we go, like this. This was this morning, but it is getting better. And you know how it happened, I don't know. I think I was coughing at night, and then I was hard coughing, and then now you can see right here. We're going to take you on the journey. Hopefully it takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe, I don't know, longer. But as you can see, underneath, it's spreading, which is great. That's a good sign because they did say, well, he did say that it's going to get spread a little bit more, and then the body will absorb it. So again, this is day 4. On day 1, it looked really bad. You can get sunglasses from CVS. These are my old sunglasses. I usually wear my prescription glasses that turn into sunglasses, but my kids said that I should wear these, take these back out because they could see on the side. So like, oh, okay. And then I don't like these because I had to switch from my prescription glasses to these glasses, prescription to these, because as you know, if you follow me, I have trouble seeing when I don't have my glasses on, and this worked well as sunglasses at the time, but now I see better with my prescription sunglasses. So who knows, maybe one day I'll do a giveaway of these. So again, you gotta rule out any other metabolic issues. Don't just go by the, oh, it's a, you know, it's a hemorrhage, or let's see, what did they say it was? Here, I'll share with you. I will share with you subconjunctival hemorrhage of right eye. And then the doctor basically didn't want me to come back. He's like, not specific peripheral, annual with optometry would probably be fine, but patient prefers to see me annually to check retina and have refractions elsewhere. I just felt really comfortable going to an eye specialist when having an issue with my eye. Like, you don't go to a plumber to fix your computer. And even though an optometrist would have been fine, as the doctor suggested, he's like, what are you doing here? Like, why, you know, like, he kind of like, didn't, like he felt like he was created for higher purposes. But he's fine with me going there for my annual retinal exam, which you can have done at your optometrist, but I choose to go to the retina specialist because it just works better for me that way. And if there are any issues or deteriorations that will happen, you know, as I get older, maybe, then, you know, at least I know that he's seen the history of my eye progression, including this thing right here. You know, you do what works for you. This is my path. This is not medical advice, but this is the experience. We'll take you on the path to see how many days this actually takes to heal. This is day 4. I'll show you day 5. And again, always rule out other metabolic issues because you need to find out what lies beneath and what actually caused this. In this case, they said they don't know. In your case, maybe they know. But whatever your case is, you go down your route that your doctor sent you on. And then hopefully, you know, he suggested cold compress for the first few days, and then warm compress, you know, moving forward. I haven't been habitually practicing that. I did it a couple of times a day, maybe twice a day, because I'm busy. But the sunglasses work well, especially when at work. Looks like I went to a party. All the results of a party without having gone to a party, right? So I look hungover. I look like a cool guy that just hung out, right, on my computer. And no, not quite the case. So never judge a book by its cover. But people will judge you because when they see that, they will automatically assume, oh my God, he's got the cooties. Oh my God, he's got like a bad case of like conjunctivitis, pink eye. I don't know what the fuck that, or he's got what he's got, but only he knows what he's got, or she knows what she's got, or they know what they've got. So only you will know. So in my case, I don't know about yours, it's not as bad as it looks, but for me, I feel, you know, for me, it's like everything. It's my livelihood, my channel, you know. And thankfully, if you do YouTube, I highly recommend doing like I do. If you follow me on my live stream, I always share that I have at least 3 months of recorded material, even more. I think I have probably 5 months of material in there that the other half, as you've seen on my live stream, I need to edit. And the other half I need to make thumbnails for. So always have a backup plan. So this way you can continue to push videos on your YouTube or whatever platform you're using, because as you know how the algorithm works, once you stop posting, you pretty much fall off the top charts. And thankfully, YouTube Shorts helps keep the channel up and going too. So, you know, combination of both help keep you afloat. But knowing that and moving forward, day 4, and I'll see you guys on day 5. 5. Osmos Action 5. Why was he wearing sunglasses after 10 o'clock? So here we are on day 5. Looks a little bit better. As you can see, it's flattened out and it's not as bright, pungent red. It's subtle now, not as intense. Well, let's see how it looks on day 6. All right, today's day 6. It's looking pretty good. But here we are. Here is day 6. So it's not so bad. But depending on your body, sometimes physical activity could make it worse. But, you know, not enough to want to go live. I'll be keeping these things on for the next few days, but catch you guys on day 7. All right, today's day 7. Looking okay. I noticed the longer I slept, the worse it got on the right side. So as you can see, not so bad, but remember, this is only day 7. This diet, exercise, strain, no strain. But catch you guys on day 8. All right, today is day 8. Not so bad, a little bit of an active day. I'll show you guys on day 8. It's getting smaller. Look at that. See that? A little bit smaller. And that's it. So catch you guys on day 9. Okay, today is day 9. It's looking okay. It's spreading a little bit towards the lower part of the iris over here. You can see, I'll lift up my sunglasses right over here so you can see more whiteness. It's like pushing towards that way, but it's thinning out. So catch you guys on day 10. Okay, today's day 10. It's looking okay. Red is getting somewhat redder, but not too red. As you can see, it's spreading. This is day 10, but it's not healing fast enough. Just like I said, not fast enough. So we'll catch you guys on day 11. All right, so today's day 11. Looking okay. It's getting smaller. Like I could see the difference in the last 24 hours. Wind, weather, how you're feeling. But as you can see, still a little bit redder, like it's pushing in, but disappearing and sort of getting smaller. But again, I'll still be wearing these for the next few days or maybe week to a minimum. So we'll see. Catch you guys on day 12. Today's day 12. It's looking really good. It's gotten smaller, so much smaller that maybe by Friday I could take these things off. Always have a backup because you never know when you're not going to be able to record. But as you can see, compared to yesterday, so much smaller, other than the fact that I got stung over there, but thankfully it wasn't in the eye. So pretty good. Catch you guys on day 13 tomorrow. All right, today's day 13, looking pretty good. Not looking the way we want, but time will take care of that. And as you can see, it's looking much better. Soon I'll be able to get rid of these things and go back to wearing my regular glasses. Catch you guys on day 14. We're on day 14. It's officially 2 weeks. Great. And I don't have my sunglasses on. I feel confident enough to not have them on, but as you can see, this is what we've got in 2 weeks. Still a little intense, and can't wait for it to be totally gone. We'll see how it looks on day 15. Right. Today's day 15. It's looking pretty good. Look at that. But, you know, not gone 100%. I'd say maybe by Wednesday we should be good to go. But I'm back to wearing my glasses and catch you guys on day 16. Great. Today's day 16. I'm feeling more confident. As you can see, I'm still wearing my glasses and not the sunglasses. But as you can see, day 16, not so bad. Catch you guys on day 17. I'm going to guess by Wednesday it should be 95% done and we'll be done with this. Today's day 17. I think by Wednesday I will be done no matter what state it is. But as you can see, it's going to take at least 1 to 2 weeks, even 2.5 max. But we'll catch you guys on day 18. That's pretty much it. Today's day 18 and look, I am good to go. I can stop wearing my sunglasses. It took a while. Some of you might take longer. Some of you might take shorter. At the end of the day, the subconjunctival hemorrhage will go away, and just always take care of it and yourself and make sure that there aren't any other underlying issues that may have been causing it. Just don't take it at face value, because you can stop and prevent things from going downhill if you catch it in time. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for following on this journey. And if you have videos out in the queue waiting to get posted, they will be out shortly. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.